Okay, that's better. I'm a little discombobulated. I'm on the wrong day. All right. I think we're cooking with oil now. Let's see here. There we are. Excuse me. Hi, friends. Happy Friday. I'm going to grab a little swallow of tea here real quick. All right. So, if you're new here, welcome. I try to not be this unorganized. And if you are returning, I am so happy you're here. Hi, Patty. Okay, so yeah, I was missing in action yesterday. I usually go live on Thursdays at 2 o'clock, but my hubby had an eye appointment out of town. So we just made it a whole trip to go to Costco and all that happy hoo-ha. So I decided to come on today, and I've been busy making a card, and so I was trying to hurry up and get it finished so we could get going. So I am doing a fun little card today. This is the stamps that I'm using. It's a retired Stampin' Up! Set called Easter Bunny, and it does have a coordinating punch. You might be able to go on to oh, for heaven's sakes. Where do we shop online for old stuff? Not Etsy. I mean, you could look there too because somebody might have it for sale there. That other, what is it? Oh, I hate when my words disappear. Yeah, it'll come to me. Or somebody can tell me. Hello, Sophia. At least I remembered your name. Where is it we shop for all the oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, I give up. All right. So I'm making this quilted sort of look with this hexagon. Well, it's not really a hexagon, is it? I think I said it was hexagon. Would that be considered a hexagon? Yeah, I think this is still considered a hexagon, but it's called Tailored Tag. It's a Stampin' Up! Punch. So I've already punched my punches out. eBay, thank you, Patty. Yeah, my nails, I had them this color, and it's, you know, she did it with that magnet thing to, I don't know if it's coming across, if you can see that, but I get them done again this next week. All right, so I cut 10 of these shapes out, and I've got a little piece of grass here, and I will show you the paper that I cut them out of. This is an old Doodlebugs called Springtime from 2014. Aren't their papers cute? I mean, come on. I don't think it matters what year of their papers you buy. They're so cute, and so many of them all will have the same sort of colors in. And I typically can match up some Stampin' Up! Color that goes along with. So in the case of my card today, I picked, this is Granny Apple Green. So my card base is Granny Apple Green. This piece I'm going to be using behind my punches is Pumpkin Pie. So I think what I am gonna do, let me put this grass in my little bowl over here so I don't lose it. I think I think I'll color the bunny. I think I'll do the bunny first because I'm not doing a lot of coloring on it. So let's just get it stamped and out of the way here. I'm glad you guys found me today. Oh, yes. I think, Sophie, I think you are talking about the colors that Doodlebug has. Yeah, I've got several of their pads, and some of them have different colors, but typically most of them have a lot of the same sort of colors in them. Okay, so even though this comes with a punch, and I used it on my card I made earlier, it only punches out this bunny, and I kind of want to use this bunny, and it's super simple to fussy cut him, so I'm going to stamp with that one this time to change it up. All right, so we'll just put it right there. Let me get my stuff out of the way over here so I don't mess it up. Oh, it was so beautiful in the town that we were in yesterday, which is about an hour and a half away from here. Well, there's two towns really close together. So one's like an hour away, the other one's a half an hour, 20 minutes from that town. And it was beautiful over there. It was actually in the 70s. And today it's really ugly and wet here where I live and foggy. And I think the fog is because over in the valley, what we refer to as the valley where I was yesterday, where we were, it was so warm, and I bet it's warm again today. So when that happens, being here at the coast, it just socks the fog in. Yeah, so I can't believe, because we really don't have that many foggy days here, actually. Well, let me just say the fog doesn't settle down low. It might be up high, and which is probably what I refer to as white sky, because a lot of times throughout the summer, it's just I look out the window and it's just white sky. And I think it's just that high fog. But it's not down where you're having to drive in it and that kind of stuff. Anywho, that's today's weather report. All right, so it's icky where you are, Patty. I'm thinking your guys' temperatures or weather's a lot kind of like ours here. I don't know. Seems like Pacific Northwest weather. It is what it is. All right. So there's my cutie patootie little bunny, and I'm just going to do some super simple stuff with this bunny. If you're interested in what colors I'm using from Stampin' Up, this is light petal pink. And I am just going to kind of go around its underbelly here with this color. To give it a little bit of something different. You know how white bunnies will tend to have this sort of beigeish color on their fur. I'm just going to put a little bit down here on the bottoms of its feet. Cute little bunny feet. And that's probably it for this color. And then I'm just going to go around the edges with light smoky slate. And I'm going to come out with back around with my blending pen so that this color's not so harsh, because I do want my bunny to be white. So what y'all been working on? Are you making anything Eastery or springy? Anybody doing any like springtime wreaths for your door or anything? I don't do that, but I'm always impressed with the ones I see. Did I get everywhere? I think I did. Actually, I'm just gonna do the little eyebrows. Yeah, I'm gonna just go with that. And then I've got light bubble bath, so I'm just gonna do the insides of the ears here. Its little nose. Oh, there's a hair on the tip of my marker. And the little pads of its cute little bunny feet. And that is that there. And then I've got light balmy blue. And I am just going to do a little bit of this around its eyeballs. Cute. Okay, now let's blend that gray out. Because like I said, I want my bunny to be white. I just like that little hint of gray. Sorry about I should take my bracelet off because it's clanking on this glass mat. Actually, I had it on yesterday and I've worn this bracelet for years. I never take it, I never used to take it off until I got my little bestie tattoo there. And so we got our little tattoos last summer and I took my bracelets off because I didn't want it rubbing, but now that it's been on my arm that long, I think it's probably safe to wear my bracelets. But anyway, so I had it on yesterday and I forgot to take it off because I've been so used to all these years having it on. And that's that story. Okay, so my white bunny may be a little more gray. It seems to be blending this. I probably needed to clean the tip off, but you know what? It's okay. It is okay. I think it's going to fade out to be... I'm looking for a piece of scratch paper here. I probably got a little heavy-handed. You know, I start talking to you guys and then I'm not paying great attention to what I'm doing. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I think it's going to be okay. I want to give it some pink cheeks too. Okay, it's bleeding out around the black. I should have used my my paper for alcohol markers. I'm just using some Stampin' Up! White paper. But you know, that really doesn't bug me too much because it's just kind of a shadow. In fact, let me just do it a little more around where it's not already. And then it will be around the whole outside of the bunny and it'll look like I meant to do it. That's what I'm saying. I'm sticking to it. Okay. I think it's going to be good. Let's give it some pink cheeks. Yeah, I should have used my alcohol marker paper, but it's a cute bunny anyway. All right, get those out of the way. I'm gonna leave a little white border around, or in this case, gray, since it's fuzzing out from the So I ordered a big hexagon punch to do the same sort of a design that I'm going to be doing today with this tailored tag punch. But I ordered it from this big, it's a 3-inch hexagon punch that I found on Amazon. And I don't have that, I don't have a hexagon shape. I might have it in dies. I'd have to go back through all my dies and look, but I'm kind of thinking I don't. But I'm thinking it would be really cute to use for like B cards and stuff like that too. It's a big hexagon, 3 inches, but I can do what I'm gonna do today. And then also use it for whatever else I want to use it for, but you could make cute tags with that size of a punch and stuff. You guys wouldn't believe, Patty knows, because I sent her a video and showed her all my fussy cuts that I have cut out of magazines. And if you've been around my channel long, you know that I don't care to fussy cut. I don't like it very much, but fussy cutting out of magazines, the paper's so slick and thin, it's so easy. But this bunny was easy to cut too, and it turned out kind of cute. Even though the lines bled, it turned out fine. So there's the bunny. Okay, let's get to the hexagon part. So this layer is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and then like I said, I cut 10. 10 is what I laid out and figured worked best. And so I just kind of need to lay all my little shapes out here and decide where I want to put them. And let me see. Oh yeah, I found it on Amazon, Sophia, and they had like from 1 inch, if you just scroll down, they have like 1 inch, 1.5, 2. There was a 2 3/4 size, and I debated between the 2 3/4 size and the 3 inch, but I finally decided I wanted the 3 inch. And I think the 3 inch one I bought was $21. Yeah, 21. Okay, so I know I had another carrot one, didn't I? Or is this it? And what was on the back side? Because 2 of these I'm going to be using the back side for. Oh, I've got both of them in my hander. Okay. So I think both of these, no, I'm not using the back side of one of these. So I need to decide which one that I do want to use the back side of. What's on the back of this? Okay, this one. Okay, so that one's going to go up. I'm going to cut this one in half. So I'm going to lay that there. And Look at those cute little bluebirds that's on the back of that one. Which one did I decide? That one I'm cutting in half. Ooh, I really like that. And I've got 2 of these. So do that. And then, okay, this one I will cut in half. So let me put that there. Am I happy with that? I think I am. Okay. So what I am going to do is slide these up and slide these down and start in the middle here. And I am eyeballing this, okay? So if you guys have ever made this card before and said, no, Janna, you can't eyeball it, you have to measure. Well, I'm not. I'm gonna eyeball it. I am not measuring because I think it's just gonna be fine. All right, so I'm good with that. Let me, actually, what I wanna do is bring my little mat in. And I'm going to lay it like that. Don't want to lose what I'm doing here. And let me bring my card back over. Oh, now I slid that, so this is not. I need to get one exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to go from there. And that's going to determine what the gap size is between all of my pieces. Okay, I think I'm good with that. Let's get to it. That's why I went ahead and cut these all ahead of time, because I didn't want to take more time to do that. All right, so I'm just eyeballing the outside margin of my other piece there. Okay. Oh, you're so welcome, Sophia. Hi, Becky Ann. Hi, Nancy. Ah, thank you guys for finding me today. My days are going to be messed up because Ken doesn't usually take Thursdays off. He'll come home early, but he took the whole day off because of that appointment. And so usually we go do stuff like that on Fridays, but we did it yesterday, so yesterday felt like Friday. Okay, that looks about even. All right, so now I'm going to take the cute little chicky paper and put it on. I know I've said it before, but I'm really loving my glue press here, this thing. M-I-M. So Patty, thank you again for that. Okay, so there we go with that piece. And I love this plaid. I have one whole pad of paper from, oh, I think it's Lawn Fawn actually, not Doodlebug. As soon as I get this piece on, I will show it to you. But it's all really pretty plaids. Okay, I think that looks right. Cute. Yeah, it's Lawn Fawn. It's this one. Isn't that pretty? This is from 2016. I don't know if you can go back and find, you know, older years of their paper pads on their websites if they haven't retired them, but I love that paper. Yeah, I'm sort of hoarding it, so, and it's single-sided, so you don't have to pick which side you want. All right. This is a fun card to make, I think. This has been around probably since this punch came out. And I don't know if I've made one before. If I have, it's been a long time ago. But I was seeing some on Pinterest and I thought, oh, that just looks like fun. Actually, I was looking up the hexagon card, which is made the same way, by the way. And you can imagine if I do it with 3-inch punches, it's going to be way different looking than this. Okay, so there's that. And then here's my top pieces. So let me start with the middle one. I mean, maybe the 3-inch punch will be too big. I don't know. I don't think it will be. It's just not, you're not going to need 10 pieces, that's for sure. And Stampin' Up! Actually has a hexagon punch, but it's kind of like this punch that I'm using. It's elongated. It's not round, not a round hexagon. And I already had this one, so I didn't want another one that was sort of the same thing. The thing about Lawn Fawn papers is that they'll do them in the 6x6 pads, and then they'll do them in the 12x12 pads, and it's a bigger print, but the same pattern, you know, the same papers, but in a bigger print. So that's kind of fun depending on what it is you're wanting to do with them, you know. I usually go for the 6x6 because I mostly am doing cards or whatever, and I like the smaller prints for that. But if you're into scrapbooking or even using papers to cover things with or whatever, you might like those bigger prints. Okay, so is my layout perfect? No, but you know what? It's not worth it to me to get my ruler out and try to measure and make it absolutely perfect, and it's just going to be fine. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I want to cut these two pieces in half. So I'm going to bring in this trimmer here and pop it on here and try to cut it pretty much in half. That looks close. Okay. So there's those two pieces. I'm doing the same thing with this one. All right. So now then, I think I'm going to do these down here at the bottom because it's so close to the polka dotty ones. Oh, but then I've got, well, that's okay. I can do this one up here. And then a flower one. I'll do it there. And I'll do the other side down here. Okay, that will work. And you know what? I'm not worrying about these two little gaps right here. You could go in and try to put a little tiny sliver of something. Nah, I'm not bothering with that. No way. I hear somebody rolling their garbage can around out there. It always sounds like thunder when they're rolling it up the driveway or down the driveway. Okay. If you guys like to watch cooking shows, I mean like not professional ones on YouTube, check out Spicy Nona. Yeah, Spicy Nona. I love to watch those people. Her and her husband are in their 80s and their grandson does the filming. And his mom is involved in other, he's got two sisters. They come around. The little, it appears that they're just like white dogs because the family, within the family, there's like 3 white dogs. But the man, the grandpa, no, in Italy, they call him Nonna and Nono, the grandparents. And so he is, all right, so these folks had a wax museum, I think it was in the 70s, if I remember right, them saying, somewhere in Florida. And he's quite the artist, and he still sculpts. And so they'll show stuff, what he's doing in his shop, and he plays the accordion pretty well. He has a ginormous garden, so they'll show, you know, clips from out in the garden. And Nona, she tends to get a little grumpy sometimes, and her and him, no, will argue and stuff, but you can still tell that they love each other very much. But the food, oh my word, the food looks wonderful. And so one time recently on here, I watched them do, I'm going to set that aside just for a minute. I watched them do lasagna soup. And so I went and looked for, I could have used their recipe, but I just wanted a really easy one. Not that theirs wasn't easy, but I found it on, do I want to do this? Yeah, okay. I found one on Pinterest, my go-to. And, oh, it turned out wonderful. And it was delicious, but really rich, I have to say. And I used half and half. I didn't use heavy cream in it. I used half and half, but still. It was very rich. Okay, so I'm going to stamp Happy Easter on the inside with the same color as my card base, Granny Apple Green. Happy Easter. Okay. And let's see here. What did I do with my scrap? Here it is. I'm going to stamp high with that color. Okie dokie. Do I want to use green around it, or do I want to use orange? I'm going to do the orange. All right. I've got a little circle punch here that I'm going to cut my high out with, or punch my high out with. And there is already some orange on my finger dauber here, so let me see. I don't need a lot, I just want a little bit. Okay, there's that. All right, now then, you can lay this on your trimmer and cut the edges off, but I'm gonna I've got this pair of non-stick scissors here that I actually got from Hobby Lobby. They were very inexpensive. And I'm using the non-stick because there's glue on the backs of these pieces. So it just makes it a little bit easier to not mess up your regular scissors, you know. And your trimmer. I don't like getting the sticky stuff on my trimmer blades. I'm going to use a couple of these sort of triangle shapes on the inside of my card here just for some decoration. You know how I usually put the strips at the bottom, but today we've got those shapes and I thought, what can I do with those? So I figured that out, and I figured we may as well use them, a couple of them at least, rather than just toss them all in the garbage, since they already have glue on the back of them. Okay, so there is that. And oh, I think I will use this one because I love that plaid. Put a little more glue on it because the glue has dried. Oopsie, I stuck my glue thing in my little garbage pail over here instead of the holder. All right, so let me just get it over here, slide it into place. So I'm just going to put one up there, and I'm going to put, which one do I want to put down here? Maybe the butterflies. That's my only other choice, actually. So that's what's going to go down here. Okay, so there's that for a little extra fun on the inside. Oh, I have something to show you guys when we're done here. I didn't grab my next book out for story time, so we'll have a little show and tell instead today. Okay, so there's that. Let me give this a little bit of a score here. And then we'll put this on. And most of the samples I saw of people doing this card, they just took one of the hexagon shapes and stamped their greeting in it, and there really wasn't any other decoration. Just that, very simple. And they were very nice, but I thought, oh, I just kind of want to make them into an Easter card, so I'm gonna stick a bunny on mine. Okay, there's that. And then here's my little pieces. I'm going to, okay, so my grass, I just used that Lawn Fawn, the Meadows Borders. And on my first card, I thought, no, there's got to be just even the tiniest little bit of grass. I'm going to do this super carefully here. I don't like it to be just completely straight, okay? And since this has such a skinny border, it's going to be hard for me to cut it into a shape, a little bit of a wavy shape down here, but I'm determined. Yeah, it just needed a little bit of grass, so I didn't want my bunny just floating in the air. Okay, that just looks better than straight across. All right, so I'm gonna put him right about there. So let me just get this and one more and one on the back of that. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue down here at the bottom. And we will situate the bunny right about there, I think. And let's put this like that. And then where's my tweezers? We get a little bit of glue on here. Oh, I love this thing. You can just put the tiniest amounts of glue. And this glue holds really well. Actually, when this Nuvo glue is empty, I'm putting my art glitter glue in it, in the bottle. Because it's my very favorite, but this glue is just pretty much about the same as the art glitter glue. So there we go with that. Just looks a little bit better to have some grass there, I think. Okay, then somebody sent me these cute dots in with a trade or Happy Meal, so I don't remember who sent them to me, but if you're watching and you sent them to me, thank you so much. And I thought I would just stick some little dots around on here somewhere. There's 3 sizes on here. Can I get a hold of it? Okay. So let's put one there, and we'll take a little one and put there. And come back here. Take a big one and put down here. Cute. Hi. Happy Easter. Cute. Okay. So I just think that's fun. That quilted pattern to do is fun. And it's really simple. Cute. Here's the other one. I like this one better. I put the bunny too high over here. But that's still a cute bunny. The punch punches him out. And I did the same thing on the inside there. But yeah, definitely. And let's see, I have these because I didn't put any embellishments on that one, but these are the 25 to 27 in color flat pearls. Can you see the, I don't know if the light's picking it up. They're really pretty. And so those are the colors, but I wanted to put some, I'm going to use the orange ones, I think. Maybe I should use the yellow because do I want the, no, I'm going to do the orange. Okay, come back here. These aren't as big as the green ones. Kind of like the bigger, but that's okay. But there's 3 sizes in these also. Maybe I'll do it. I'll just do it there. Okay, so that looks a little better there with the embellishments on it. Hi, Sue. If you can find coordinating papers, yeah, just if you've got a pad of paper, just punch them all out of the same pad. And you can do, I mean, you can double up. You don't have to have 10 different designs. As long as you're not putting the same design next to each other. I think it would look better to not have the same design next to each other, but okay, so there's my 2 more little Easter cards. I think they're cute. Which one is your favorite? Okay, show and tell. Since I didn't have a book ready to read out of, I'm going to show you something I got that I think is really cool. If you are into maybe junk journaling or art journaling, it doesn't have to be junk journaling. I've seen these things, okay, but it's like, well, I don't see anything special about this, right? Until I saw somebody use it and I thought, well, when they advertise these things, they need to be showing the inside because I just thought it was a book. It says ledger here, if you can see that, with plain paper in it, like maybe watercolor paper or whatever. But no, it's actually a journal from I think it says here on the back. From the 1920s. It's a reproduction of an authentic 1920s hardware store ledger. I just think it is so cool. And so the person that used it did a really awesome collage on the middle of it here. And so that's what I'm planning to do with this, is like collage stuff. But that doesn't mean I have to do that on every single page. I can do other things. I could do the collaging with the magazine, all that magazine stuff I'm cutting out. So glue booking, that's the term for that, glue booking. Which to me, glue booking and collaging is kind of the same, but it's the same but different in my mind, because with glue booking, you're putting a whole bunch of random images together, where the collaging, the type that I want to do, creates a scene. It's not just a bunch of random images. But anyway, you can literally read the names and everything else in this. I just think it is so cool. And the prices, and some pages don't have writing on them. But yeah, it's really cool, I think. I love stuff like this. And it says Chapel, Pennsylvania up at the top. So that's wherever this hardware store was back in the year on this one's 1924. Isn't that cool? I just think it is. I love it. So that is my fun find. But yeah, I would have not given this book, and I probably have walked by this book in a store before, and there was nothing that stuck out about it to me, because I didn't know it was like this on the inside. I just thought it was plain paper. Is there a year? Oh, this is Ranger came out with this in 2024, so 2 years ago. And I see that it says printed ledger journal, but still I probably wouldn't even have noticed that. I just saw media journal, but they should have had one open. You know, they should have one open so you can see what the inside looks like. Anyway, that's my little show and tell for today. And where did I buy that at? I bought it on Amazon, because that's where I found that the day I looked, that's where I found the best price. Patty, I think, bought one. I can't remember where she ordered hers from. But I did see them on Simon Says Stamp, and I believe I saw it on scrapbook.com. But the day I got mine, Amazon's price was cheaper. I mean, if you have Amazon Prime, because, you know, besides it being a little less expensive, I didn't have to pay for the shipping. But sometimes those other places have free shipping days. So anyway, you guys, thanks so much for being here with me on Friday instead of Thursday. I really appreciate that you found me. I hope you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And I am going to a card making event. This is Friday, so I'm going tomorrow, Saturday. So for Saturday morning makes, I'm going to have a bunch of cards to show you. Plus I went to Card and Coffee this last Monday and we made cards, so I will have those two cards also. So yeah, I'll have cards to share with you tomorrow sometime. I don't do that live, but I will do a video and put it up. All right. Oh, look, my bunny did end up being white. All the gray, when I was blending the gray out, my bunny still ended up being white, like this one. All right, you guys, take care. Have a great weekend ahead, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.